Jeffrey Shippy, founder and CEO of AudacityIB. Welcome, Jeff.
Thank you.
So we are here at the 2023 Leadership and Deal-Making Summit today, hosted by the M&A Advisor. And I wanted to ask you, what do you see as the driver of your phenomenal success so far in your career?
Well, I see myself more as an entrepreneur than an investment banker. And I'd say that many of my clients have told me that they relate to this, but the two things that you can't fake is passion and hustle. And so from my view, those are the key success factors for my career in corporate as well as in investment banking. We launched our firm 3 years ago, and originally with consulting for the last couple of years. Last year, we launched our investment bank, and it's been amazing that we actually won this industry award for M&A Deal of the Year. And it kind of validates our model in terms of what we do and the problems we solve. So we're just thankful that the passion and energy and the hustling that we've done has been so phenomenal for our clients that actually get recognized in the industry for it.
And Deal of the Year is something big. We're obviously going to be celebrating that at the gala tonight. Tell me more about your personal story in the industry and how that's led up to you having this award tonight to receive.
Yeah, what's interesting is, as I mentioned, I've never really seen myself as an investment banker as much of an entrepreneur, but I'm a late bloomer in terms of going into entrepreneurship. Starting 3 years ago, but most of my career has been as an employee. I started out in public accounting in Chicago, moved out west to help launch a couple companies with clients, get them funded and make them grow, which led me to believing I should really dip into entrepreneurship and dealing with startup companies. So we were over in Silicon Valley working, I was working at Accenture, dealing with big companies, right, in terms of transforming their operations, data, and strategy over in Silicon Valley. And I'm a Stanford GSB alum and all that, so I've always been around with entrepreneurs, but I never really took the leap until 3 years ago. And I think the reason is some people just have different time frames. But what I saw as the opportunity was, I'm not just a banker. There's a huge problem in the mid-market, and I think in terms of owners being disenfranchised, meaning not being served in an economical and meaningful way besides just doing banking. So if a banker calls and says, are you ready to sell? They say no. Well, we can help you be ready, but they really can't. They can do a sim and kind of, but they can't really substantially help them in all the other ways. And no one else is filling the gap in terms of the operations, the strategy, being a co-partner with the CEO and founders. And that's what we do. And we do it on a regular long-term basis. And then for other transactions, like the one where we won the Deal of the Year for, we may just be retained to sell the company, but our tip of the spear is excellence in investment banking, but we're driven behind it with so much more.
And I think even just the term banking and mergers and acquisitions can be a little intimidating to younger people trying to get into the field. So how do you view the industry as a whole in terms of mentorship?
I think there's a huge opportunity because, and again, Stanford GSB alum, but the reality, I started out just a little school in Chicago called Northern Illinois University. They were great for producing CPAs, but they weren't really a portal to have folks go into banking. And so I think that if people understand that banking exists and it's a career path early, they can actually be successful. So I like to view mentoring as looking for the underdogs. I like the underdog, the ones that have the passion and the hustle. So if I receive a cold call from somebody and they say, hey, Jeff, I'm interested in trying to break into banking, but I'm in this field, I'll actually try to mentor them, and I've actually taken on interns. I've taken on 6 over the last couple of years just from cold calls. And I have an intern from my original school, Northern Illinois, right now. He's doing a phenomenal job. His name is Anthony, and he's doing a phenomenal job. And it just goes to prove that your school doesn't matter, your education doesn't matter, your socioeconomic background doesn't matter. None of that matters. The question is, do you have the passion, energy, and the audacity to really try to grow and fight against the norm of what's out there? So that's what we do, and that's why we have our firm named Audacity.
I love that. What's one thing that you wish you would have known going into your career in mergers and acquisitions or in banking as a whole?
I wish I would have known that entrepreneurship is not this perception that you have to be a unicorn, you have to be backed by a VC, you have to have an innovative, groundbreaking idea. You actually can compete through incremental innovation, meaning staying within the box and just seeing problems in an industry that's just generally not disruptive and saying we're going to do things different and make a difference. If I would have known that, I would have went into a similar field, or maybe even banking much earlier, with the idea that you're not an employee, you're an entrepreneur, there's an opportunity, and entrepreneurship is not what you think. And that's my messaging to a lot of young people. And I would say that if you're looking to be in banking, you're looking to be in public accounting or management consulting, don't view yourself as an employee, view yourself as an entrepreneur. That's what I would do.
I love that. Thank you so much for your insights today, Jeffrey.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I am Leanna Hawkins, and this is M&A TV.